Let's talk about how to make Euro Truck Simulator 2 feel extremely realistic, giving you a few useful tips both for the software and hardware side of your setup. So, without wasting any time, let's dive right into it. First and the most important aspect is your steering wheel. I wouldn't call any other type of controller input realistic for this kind of game, so you must have a steering wheel. But even though any steering wheel model will improve your experience, my advice is to go for the bare minimum, which includes at least 900 degrees of rotation, force feedback, H shifter, and free pedal setup with a clutch. Of course, the best for this kind of game is going to be a dedicated truck simulator wheel that's going to offer the highest level of realism thanks to its size, rotation angle, functionality and position. But if you cannot afford it, aim for the bare minimum mentioned above, and you should be fine. The second thing that will massively improve your immersiveness is going to be an eye tracker, more specifically Beam Eye Tracker, which happens to be our today's sponsor. In short, you can use a webcam or a smartphone and Beam Eye Tracker will read the position of your eyes and accurately translate that into camera movement within your games. Of course, it has many other features like eye tracking overlay, mouse jumping, presence detection and so on, but we'll not cover them today. I've already made an in-depth review of Beam Eye Tracker, as well as a full tutorial, so if you are interested, there will be a link in the description leading to each of those videos. So, in Euro Truck Simulator 2, you either turn the camera using the buttons on your steering wheel or use the mouse, which is a bit inconvenient and unrealistic. Instead, Beam Eye Tracker allows you to rotate the in-game camera while turning your head. It is a very natural experience, makes it feel much closer to reality, and in my opinion, it is a must while playing Euro Truck Simulator or actually any other simulator. It kind of makes you feel you are inside the game. It is highly practical and convenient because you don't have to use your hands to turn the camera, therefore you can pull out of junctions while changing gears, turning the steering wheel, activating blinkers, while still being able to look around. Same thing when you want to take a quick glance at the scenery without messing with your mouse. And the good news is that you can try it out completely for free. So, hit the link in the description and check out the free demo on Steam while following my in-depth tutorial. The next important aspect is also related to the visual experience. In order to have a decently realistic gameplay, you need a big enough screen. I use a 24-inch screen and occasionally a 34-inch widescreen monitor. But 24-inch I believe is the bare minimum, especially because using a steering wheel pushes you further away from the desk. For those people who are playing on a laptop, you can still connect a bigger screen, but make sure your laptop is cooled properly and its graphics card support that particular screen. I wouldn't recommend using a TV, for example, because they are usually too large and have quite noticeable latency. But if that's your only option, make sure you set them to gaming mode, if available, to reduce the latency. Another important thing is the sound, of course. Headphones are the most commonly used devices, but if you have the possibility, use a sound system with a powerful subwoofer placed on the floor. That's going to simulate the engine sounds and vibrations much better. And last but not least, you need a suitable computer. Euro Truck Simulator 2 does not require the absolute best computer because it's a pretty well optimized game. For instance, the RTX 5080 or 5090 are already an overkill for this game, but make sure you have a decent computer or laptop to be able to run a higher notch of graphics, but most importantly to be able to run it smoothly. If it lags, it completely breaks the whole driving experience. So that's about it. Don't forget about Beam Eye Tracker. As I said, you can try it out for free by following the link in the description and my in-depth tutorial. Until the next one, stay tuned.